What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ronstoppable, aka Coach Ron, and here today I have the week 3 wrap up to my 43 and free. I didn't do a week 2 video. Actually, I did, but I ended up posting the When All You Have Is Heart video. If you want to go back and check that out, I'll put the link up top. It's a great video. I had a rough time in week 2, and week 3 wasn't too different, but I do have a lot of successes from this week. So sit back and we're gonna get into it. All right, so week 3. Week 3 was a bit of a struggle. This week came for my body, my spirit, but I showed up every damn day. And I got the work in. I did no cardio last week. I did nothing but weightlifting, and the scale showed. I only lost like 0.6 pounds this last week, which is okay. But you know, I put these rules in order for me to reach the success that I would like to reach by my birthday. This journey ain't just about losing weight. It's about building a mindset that doesn't fold under pressure. And it's like when you start to say, okay, I'm tired of XYZ, it's time to do ABC. DEF is gonna show up to try to knock you all the way off of everything that you have had planned. And if you allow it, it will win and you will be set back yet again. I've been learning that over the past couple of weeks. One thing I've been saying to myself a lot lately is I can only focus on the things that I can control. Everything else, life is gonna do what it does. Life only knows how to do one thing, and that's life, and it's very, very good at it. So, you know, I have to remind myself constantly that I can only worry about the things I can control. All right, so let's get into week 3. This week came with a whole new level of chaos. I mean, chaos. You know, my Amazon Fresh order didn't come, and as a lot of you know, that is the foundation of my weeks. I have to meal prep every Sunday or every Monday, depending on if I'm off on that Monday or not. But it's the foundation to my weight loss, because if I don't meal prep, there's nothing but restaurants and fast food around my job. I can't live like that. That's what got me to where I am now. And so that completely jacked up my entire week for the meal prep. Luckily, I still had some chicken, some shrimp, a couple bags of veggies. Luckily, I had some of those Uncle Ben's jasmine rice pouches. I can make 2 separate servings out of that. So shout out to overbuying when I forget I have stuff, because I was able to at least get through half the week. It's very hard for me to cook like full meals for the next day during the week. That's why I bulk cook my protein. That way all I have to do is cook my vegetables, which only takes 5-10 minutes, and I use the rice cups, 2 in the microwave at 90 seconds, weigh everything out, boom, I'm good. So I was able to keep it clean, but it was a week of the same meal for breakfast and lunch. Chicken, rice, and veggies. I either had brown rice or jasmine rice. But no, matter of fact, this week all I had was jasmine rice. So yes, it was the same meal all week. I was able to get to the grocery store and grab some stuff for the rest of the week. But because I had already, you know, been doing the chicken, I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna keep it going. And that's where I made my mistake, because by the time Friday came, I binged hard on Friday. I had like 4 slices of pizza when I came home. Prior to that, my coworker had some, I don't know if it was Chinese or Thai food, but it was something called tomka shrimp. And it had like these translucent noodles, some shrimp and some veggies. It was high in carbs and very little protein, but I did get the fiber in from the veggies and whatnot. But yeah, it was crazy. But you know what? I didn't let all of that knock me off. I mean, I did get a little frustrated. I did start to feel a little bad. But I didn't let one moment ruin the whole week. I got back on track. I forgave myself. Grace without excuses. That is my mantra. So another thing that happened, my lower back and my hips were so tight that I couldn't bend. I could barely walk. You know, it was a bit of a struggle. I tried naproxen, I tried Tiger Balm, I tried stretching, foam rolling. I threw everything at it. I even tried something new. I went for a walk. I walked around the track for about 45 minutes. I got a little over a mile and a half done. I just went at a leisurely pace. You know, I wasn't really tripping off trying to, like burn much calories or whatever the case may be. I just wanted to get out and get some movement. And afterwards, I felt good, not just physically, but mentally. It reminded me that movement doesn't always have to be aggressive. Sometimes just showing your body some love is enough. That walk turned into clarity, and that clarity turned into action. Because after that, I felt like a whole lot better. I was able to walk without any pain. I keep packs of bottles of water on the floor in the kitchen. I was able to reach down and grab them with no problems. I felt a lot better. I now know that, walking is a good course of action when my body is in pain. So I'm gonna switch it over a little bit and talk about a couple positive things. Yesterday in the gym, my morning started out a little rough. I was putting my website together. Mind you, this is the second time in 2 weeks. I was putting my website together and got down to the end and ended up deleting like everything that I had just done. I mean, like all of it was gone. And being that was the second time, I started to feel like, you know what? Maybe I'm not supposed to have a website right now. Maybe it's not time yet. And so I sat around, being that today's Monday and I knew I was gonna be off, I said, you know what? I'm gonna get up and go to the gym. So I got up, got myself together, and I went and did a chest and bicep workout. That workout turned out to be one of the best workouts I've had in a very long time. I hit PRs on the bench, so I usually max out at about 175 for 10. I said, you know what? I'm gonna try to see how much higher I can go. So I slapped on 2 more 10s and I hit 195 for 5. And I said, you know what? I got a little more gas in the tank. I slapped on 20 more pounds and I hit 205 for 5 reps. And I think I had at least 1, but maybe 2 more reps in me. And I felt fantastic because I don't think I've ever lifted that heavy in my life. Even when I was in high school and I played football, I was an O-lineman. I don't even think I lifted heavy then. And it was at that point that pain turned into power. That all the crap that's been going on all week, it turned into power. And I started to feel so much better. I was excited. I was proud of myself. I didn't need any pats on the back from, outside sources. I got it all from within. And I felt really good after that. And then I knocked out my biceps. And then I did 30 minutes of cardio. I had my lean body shake with my creatine after that. And Sunday was a good day after that. That was just a reminder that even when life is heavy, lift heavier. So that was the highlight of the week. let's get into some more of the other stuff that was happening. Y'all know I like to be transparent on here, and so life outside of the gym hasn't been easy. You know, financials hit left and right. You know, my daughter needed money for senior dues and college housing. You know, that was $700 right there. I needed to come up with that in 24 hours. Luckily I had it, but you know, still. And then my hot water heater went out. That's another $1,250. And on top of all that, I'm trying to keep Food Fitness alive, you know, build this brand, attract clients, and, you know, just keep my head above water. But I didn't fold. I just adjusted and moved with intention. It set me back. I'm just thankful that I had the money to do all of these things, because, you know, a couple of years ago, I would have been trying to figure out how I'm going to maneuver this, that, and the third to be able to make things happen for my family. And, you know, like I said, I'm thankful that I was able to do this stuff, but it's just like one thing after another. Like, if you go back and listen to the stuff I was talking about in that All You Got Left Is Heart video, this is stuff that's been, like, just stuff has been happening ever since the day that I said I'm gonna go 90 days and try to lose 25 to 30 pounds. It was like when I said that, everything started to just, it's like a bunch of little things that just build up over time, and it's enough to frustrate you to the point where you're ready to quit. You know, like I said in that video, you know, 1,000 cuts a key you just like one stab wound. And I'm at about 997. It's getting crazy. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I dead ass almost threw in the towel this week. You know, not on the gym, on everything. You know, the stress, the silence from the jobs I've been applying to, you know, not picking up any new clients, my website getting deleted twice. It was a lot. But then I realized this challenge ain't just physical. You know, it's spiritual, it's emotional. It's about proving to yourself that no matter what comes at you, you still keep showing up. So here we are. I'm still standing, still lifting, still fighting off my demons. If you got something out of this video, like it, share it, drop a comment. Let me know what you're fighting. You know, this isn't easy. It's not fun a lot of the times. You know, it's a bunch of closed windows, and then a cracked window, and then more closed window, and then an open window, and then a cracked window, and then another open window, and then several closed windows. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We build differently over here. 43 and free continues. And this is week 4 that I'm going into, and it's actually starting off pretty good. I will be dropping my website link down into the description. You know, it's a very simple website. You know, I didn't want to do too much. I still have a few things I need to tweak, but it's enough on there for you to get a general idea of what it is I'm doing. So, as I always say, stay humble, stay positive, keep solid people in your circle, get you a fitness coach or some accountability partners, preferably people that live near you so you guys can get together at the same time. You know, you may not have the same physique goals, but one thing in common is some work needs to be done. And as I say all the time, as sure as 10 downs make a dollar, discipline over everything, and consistency is key. I'm Ron Stoppable, aka Coach Ron, and this is Food Fitness. Gone.
What's up? It's your boy Drizzy Drake, and you are now rocking with Pain.